939. What are we looking at now?
So 939, when we talked about Exhibit 130, which is this big stack of web history off of the Celebrate download. Again, the Celebrate is the information pulled from the cell phone, but it's, again, organized in a way that we can like navigate it a little better. So when you see this, like this screen, they're all going to look like this. Anything that looks like this, with especially when it says like a page 90 on it or page whatever on top, those are all going to be from Celebrate. It's still from the cell phone, but it's not from my manual review. It's from the extraction of the phone.
And then, so if I can have my trusty assistant here zoom in first on line 520.
On 520. So that is February 2nd at 8:48 p.m. And he is searching the Wisconsin Circuit Court Access website. And
you just, so I'm sure everyone can see and follow along, but if you can just show you're getting the time from which column?
Right here. This, I would call it, quote unquote, the middle column. So it's February 2nd, 2024, 8:48 p.m. And then this will be the website, and sometimes you'll see over here an actual an actual terminology that's searched.
Okay, and then if we can go over, I don't know if it's, yeah, there we go. And then this information in this far column, what is this just showing us, basically?
This is the source file, which is, it's from the Samsung, so from the cell phone, and this is all computer, I will say mumble jumble, that somebody smarter than I can diagnose, but it just shows that it's from the cell phone.
That very top part, though, when it says Chrome, what does that mean?
That's a browser,
okay.
Like an internet-based Chrome browser.
And is that an application that would be on the phone?
So it can be on access via website, or typically a cell phone will have, and especially on Android, it will have what's called a widget. So you typically type into your Google search bar. It's a widget that you can move around on your phone, like how do I get to Milwaukee, or how do I, how do I bake a cake? That's a widget form in Chrome.
Widget and application look the same, but the terminology is different, correct?
Yes.
Yep, go back over. So now let's get to line 521. What do we see there?
521. It's searched, how can adultery affect division of assets? And it's from a website, Diggs and Sadler, which is searched on February 2nd, 2024 at 9:36 p.m.
And just remind, and what time was that?
9:36 p.m.
And then just remind me, going back to our screenshots, when do our screenshots start?
Cheating spouse and divorce for a screenshot is at 9:33 p.m. on the same day. And then again, cheating spouse and divorce in Wisconsin is at 9:40 p.m. on the same day.
So about the same time frame, right?
Right.
So even though that is for just the profile searching, that this shows that the actual device is searching similar information, right?
That is correct. So what I want to correlate is the fact of my manual review and the extraction of the cell phone shows that this cell phone did search what was on the Google account.
Okay. And then going down to line 522, what are we seeing there?
522 is understanding adultery and affairs in Wisconsin divorce. Ohiku law. That's February 2nd, 2024 at 9:37 p.m. Same time frame.
Okay. Moving on to our next column of page 90, if we can zoom. So this is page 90 of exhibit, sorry, what's my exhibit number?
138.
That's the big one, is 138?
No, it's just 138 for these 3 pages.
Sorry. Oh.
Because we're in the smaller ones.
Nope. So this would be, this is exhibit 130, page 90 of exhibit 130.
That's correct.
So column. Yeah, 130 is the. No. Yeah. Page 90, Alex. Yep. So we're just all confirming that the record is clear. This is a continuation of page 90 on exhibit 130. Now we're on column 524. What is searched on the phone?
How to send a text with a different number.
Now that was not in your screenshot search, right?
I did not screenshot it, and it's not here, no.
Okay. But that was captured in the Celebrite download from the device.
Correct, from the cell phone.
Okay. And then on the next day, what do we have him searching?
So on February 3rd, 2024, he searches 23FA317, which is the case number associated with Dodge County divorce between Zachariah Rasch and Crystal Rasch.
And then also on February 5th, what does he search?
The exact same thing, the 23FA317, and that is the divorce associated with him and Crystal Rasch.
Okay, so now our next slide, which would be, I think, exhibit 139, correct?
That's correct.
And what date are we on now?
February 20th at 6:30 p.m.
Okay, and what is our search now?
9mm gun silencer.
And remind me again, what kind of gun did you find in the room?
It was a 9mm,
Okay.
the caliber.
And what type of gun was that?
A Taurus.
Okay. And this was searched on February 20th at what time?
6:30 p.m.
Okay. Now going to the next slide, we'll go, can we zoom in there on column 599? What do we see? We'll start at the very top there. What do we see there?
So there's a search from this cell phone of case number 23CV469, which is a Dodge County case number. It is a civil case between, well, I shouldn't say that. It's not accessible to me now as the general public. It's been removed from the system. However, I was made aware that it was a civil case between Zachariah Rasch and Crystal Rasch.
And so that was searched at 5:36 p.m., correct?
Yes.
On the device. And then we'll go column 600. It looks like remains on CCAP, the device does, correct?
Yes.
And column 601 shows the device is remaining on CCAP.
Yes.
CCAP is kind of what we use for short of the Wisconsin Circuit Court access records, correct?
That's correct.
Now going to page 104. So the time that we left off on 601 that he was looking at those CCAP searches was 5:36 p.m. So now we're in column 602. If we can zoom in on that.
Yep. So at 6:02, less than 1 hour later, at 6:31 p.m., he is on a website, Silencer Center, looking for something in regards to silencers, it appears.
Okay, and then at column 603, so a minute later.
Yep, he is at top 5 best 9mm suppressors at 6:32 p.m.
Okay, and then at 604.
Looks like some type of Delta Defense.
Okay, then we'll go continuing now on to page 105.
105, starting with 607, it's Beaver Dam, Wisconsin Fleet Farm concealed carry class,
Okay,
which is at 6:51, so approximately, we'll just say 20 minutes after being on the Silencer website, or 15 to 20 minutes.
and then some more searches about those concealed carry classes, right?
Yes, Wisconsin Concealed Carry Classes and Equip to Conceal, Watertown Conservation Club.
Now going to, if we go to the next exhibit.
Exhibit
140?
140. Exhibit 140 is from the manual review, February 20th, 6:32 p.m. Top 5 best 9mm suppressors silencer shop.
And that was the same search that we saw on that Celebrate earlier, right? There was one that confirmed that was on that device.
That is correct.
Okay. Now going, so you do not have any screenshots on for date 121, right, or on February 21st, correct?
I do not.
But there's some Celebrate searches on the 21st, correct?
Yes.
So what, starting in column 1 or 620, if we can zoom in just on that top column there.
620 through 622 are almost the exact same question. It is, how do I disguise my voice while making phone calls? Is there any app of the sort?
And what time are those made?
February 21st, 2024 at 2:54 p.m.
And then moving, so I think that's...
It appears he searches it 3 times about a minute apart.
Okay. Now we're on 141, correct?
We're still at, if you want to do this, do you need 623 or no?
Sorry, 623 was the same. Oh, sorry, yes. Can you zoom into that, please?
623, he asks the question, how long will fingerprints last on a plastic surface?
And what is the date and time of that?
February 24th, 2024, 4:29 p.m.
What is that's fine. Going on to the next exhibit, 141.
141, it's a manual review screenshot. He searches, or a person with access to the device searches, can you install cameras during a divorce in Wisconsin? That's searched March 15th at 12:24 p.m.
Okay. And then on page 112 of exhibit 130, what do we have here?
So on line 651, which is the very first line, must be using backwards. 651, he searches 23FA317, which again is the divorce associated with Crystal Rasch and Zachariah Rasch. That's at 8:29 a.m. on 3/14.
So the previous day on this one.
Yes.
And then at 652, line 652.
652, some type of search, whether he asks a question or not. It states, I am going through divorce. Can I set up hidden camera?
And what time is that search?
On 3/15 at 12:24 p.m.
And then on line 653.
653, it appears he asks the question, can my wife put cameras without my permission in my house? And that's from 3/15, 2024 at 12:24 p.m.
And that was in my house, correct?
Correct.
And then right underneath that, what do we have on line 654?
About 2.5 hours later, or 2 hours and 20 minutes later, it appears he accessed the Wisconsin Circuit Court Access website.
So for this one, we don't know what case he's looking, but again, looking at that Wisconsin Circuit Court Access website.
Yes.
So, and again, that was page 112 of exhibit 130. So now, moving on to exhibit 142, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
142, manual review, how to locate a person's location on Facebook. That was done at 9:31 p.m. And then how to find someone on Facebook, 9:28 p.m.
And then going to page 114 of exhibit 130, we're on line 665, what's the question asked?
How do I find people by location on Facebook on 3/15 at 9:29 p.m., which is exactly in between the two searches I showed you, or you showed on the previous slide.
And then on the line 666.
Is it possible to track someone's location on Facebook? 3/15 at 9:29 p.m.
Now going to Exhibit 143. That's the right, we're tracking correctly.
Yes.
Excuse me. What date are we on?
March 30th, 11:36 p.m. Somebody searches, can you pinpoint a cell phone location?
Sorry, excuse me. And that was March 30th at 11:36, correct?
That's correct.
And then going on to page 125 of Exhibit 130.
It's some type of website where it says, locate any phone in 5 seconds, no software or apps needed.
And what was the date of that search?
March 30th, 2024, 11:28 p.m., which is 8 minutes difference from the previous screenshot.
Okay, and then going on, so we're on March 30th, correct?
That's correct.
So going on to page 126, continuing, so that we were on page 125 of Exhibit 130 on the previous slide, line 710. Now going on to page 126, line 730 or 713. Looks like he buys something. We don't know what, right?
Yeah.
And then going on to line 714, what is the search here?
714, can someone help me track a person's pinpoint location using his mobile number? I am not a computer or mobile expert. That's 3:30, 2024 at 11:35 p.m., 1 minute off the original manual review.
Okay, and then at 7:15.
Detective Life, better than a private detective. Access some type of website for Detective Life at 11:37 p.m., which is 1 minute off of the original manual review.
And then on 7:16.
Reverse phone lookup at 11:37 p.m., again, 1 minute off of the original manual review.
Okay, so now we're going to Exhibit 144, correct?
Correct.
And what do we have a search of?
March 31st, 2024 at 12:14 a.m., 730 Main Street, Klamath, Wisconsin, 53016, Satellite View. That is the residence of Crystal Rasch, where she was currently living.
And do you know if the defendant, Zachariah Rasch, also used to reside there with
Yes.
Crystal Rasch? Okay. And that was Exhibit 144, correct?
Correct.
Now going to 145.
145, April 4th, 2024, 7:12 p.m. What's an IP address?
And I'm sorry, you did say the time, right? 7:12 p.m.?
Yes, I will try and say all dates and times.
Thanks. And then 145.
No, this is
Sorry,
146.
146. Thank you.
April 4th, 2024, 7:19 p.m. Someone searches, can the police find your exact location via an IP address? Quora.
147.
April 4th, 2024, 7:23 p.m. Someone searches, can police track your location?
148.
148. April 4th, 2024, 7:23 p.m. Someone searches, can police trace IP address?
As we we'll continue to go through these. What is an IP address?
An IP address is it's an address that's, well, it's a number associated with the internet that's assigned by carrier companies. You think about all like Charter, even like Verizon, anything that has an internet address or an internet access point. It has this encrypted, I shouldn't say encrypted, but it has this randomized number that you can identify the location of said address, if that makes sense.
Of the device where it's accessing,
Correct.
generally speaking. It gets far more complicated, but generally speaking, where the address that the device is accessing the internet.
Correct. The IP address is, although it's numbers, you can plug those numbers into, let's say, a website, and it will give you a location of where that internet access point is being accessed.
So we left off this one here that we're looking at on the screen at 7:23 p.m. That was 148, correct?
Yes.
Now we're on 149.
April 4th, 2024, 7:30 p.m. Someone searches, can a IP address be traced to a location?
$150.
April 4th, 2024, 7:38 p.m. Someone searches, can police trace a private number?
151.
April 4th, 2024, 7:49 p.m. Someone Googles, track IP address, exact location.
152.
April 4th, 2024, 7:40 p.m. A search is conducted. Can an IP address to traced on a phone with no service?
153.
April 4th, 2024, 7:54 p.m. Does a mobile number, someone searches, does a mobile phone with no cell service have an IP address?
154.
April 4th, 2024, 7:54 p.m. Someone searches, can a mobile hotspot be traced?
155.
April 4th, 2024, at 7:52 p.m. Someone searches, do cell phone IP addresses change?
156.
April 4th, 2024, 7:59 p.m. Someone searches, how fast can police trace a IP address?
157.
157, April 4th, 2024 at 8 p.m. Someone searches, when will police track an IP address to solve cybercrime?
I just want to correct that. Is this a search or is this, does this show?
Yeah, it shows a website was visited. I apologize.
So as a result of doing that search, someone using that Google account visited that specific website.
Yes.
So you don't know for certain, but perhaps doing that search, that website came up and someone clicked on it.
That's correct.
Okay, now going back to the actual device on page 152 of Exhibit 130, starting with line 855 at 719. So we'll go back. A lot of screenshots here for these searches. So
Exhibit 145.
So Exhibit 145 was the first 149. The what's an we go with that. I think what's an IP address was the first one, right?
Correct.
And that one was one.
I don't know how far back you
Oh, 145. Okay. Yes, you're right. What's an IP address was 145, so that's the first one, and that starts at 7:12, correct?
Correct, 7:12 p.m.
Okay, and then so on. Sorry, can you go? Yeah. So starting with page 152 of Exhibit 130, line 855, what question or what is searched in the actual device?
So on 855, the question is asked, can the police find your exact location via an IP address? That's on April 4th at 7:19 p.m. Subsequently, with Exhibit 146 I read earlier, it says, can the police find your exact location via an IP address, Quora, at April 4th at 7:19 p.m., meaning they are at the exact same time.
And then line 856.
856, can the police find your exact location via an IP address? That's on April 4th, 2024 at 7:19 p.m.
Line 857.
How can my home address be found with my IP address, April 4th, 2024, 7:33 p.m.?
And then, so this, continuing on, page 152, line 858.
How can Google retrieve my real IP address? Our VPN. So what a VPN is it will randomize your IP address. So if I get a VPN and install it or run that through my computer system, I can be using an IP address from Brazil, even though I'm sitting here in Juneau, Wisconsin. So VPN is something that you can alter your IP address with.
Line 859.
859, how can Google retrieve my real IP address? April 4th, 2024, 7:34 p.m.
Line 860.
Does my phone have an IP address when I'm using the internet but not connected to Wi-Fi? Ask Science. And that's April 4th, 2024, 7:41 p.m.
Now we're moving on to page 153 of Exhibit 130, line 861.
861, question. Can they track your IP address through your phone when your phone is off?
And what time was that? I'm sorry. Did you say
7:42 p.m.
Line 862.
Question, can they track your IP address through your phone when your phone is off? April 4th, 2024, 7:42 p.m.
Line 863.
Could someone track my location using my cell phone's IP address? April 4th, 2024, 7:47 p.m.
And then continuing on to the, you can just go to the next page that got the entirety. Yes, there we go. 864, that whole line there.
How can I be traced if I am using Wi-Fi via a hotspot?
And the date on that.
Sorry, April 4th, 2024 at 7:56 p.m.
And just so the record is clear, we're still on page 153 of Exhibit 130, line 865.
How can I be traced if I am using Wi-Fi via a hotspot? April 4th, 2024, 7:56 p.m.
Line 866.
When will police track an IP address to solve a cybercrime? April 4th, 2024, 8 p.m.
And that was that website that we saw was visited on that screenshot, correct?
Exhibit 157 is when will police track an IP address to solve a cybercrime. That website was visited April 4th at 8 p.m.
So yeah, same.
The exact same time.
Okay. Looks like we might be moving on to a new topic now. Going on to what exhibit number are we at?
58.
Thank you.
So-
Back to that silencer.
158. So on April 8th, 2024, 3:31 in the morning, someone searches Taurus G2C silencer. A Taurus G2C is the exact same gun I located in Zachariah Rasch's bedroom.
Okay, and what time? That was at 3:31 a.m., correct?
Correct.
Okay, and now 159.
April 8th, 2024 at 3:34 a.m. Websites visited, home-built 9mm handgun suppressor, homemadetools.net.
Okay. 160.
A website is visited April 8th, 2024 at 3:35 a.m. How to make a suppressor with pictures, WikiHow.
161.
161. The terminology is searched on April 8th, 2024 at 3:37 a.m. How to make a silencer for a 9mm.
Okay. Now, going to the phone. So on April 8th, what is searched?
On April 8th, 2024 at 12:37 in the morning, the Wisconsin Circuit Court Access website is searched. You'll see on 8:75, 76, and 77. All the time frames are within seconds apart, so it's all at 12:37. The 2023 FA 317 is searched or accessed on the physical phone from the extraction. And again, we recall that 23 FA 317 is the divorce case number associated with Crystal Rasch and Zachariah Rasch.
So in the middle of the night or in the early morning hours of the 8th, searching that family court case, and then going on to, now do we have, but we don't have these silencer searches this time on the phone. So the next time, it looks like if we go on to page 162, on 898, what do we see here?
So you'll see on this slide and the next slide, it's less than 3 hours later. He is accessing websites or doing searches in regards to ProMag. So on 898, on April 8th, April 8th, 2024, at 3:15 in the morning, he visits a website, ProMag G-Series 9mm magazine, 32 rounds, shoptaurus.com. Again, we know Taurus was the gun that he owned.
So that is he searches Taurus G2C silencer on April 8th at 3:30. His account searches it on April 8th at 3:31 a.m. And just before that, we have his phone on sort of accessories for that gun, correct?
Yes.
Going on to page 164. Zoom in to, got ahead of myself here. Line 910.
910, home-built 9mm handgun suppressor, homemadetools.net, April 8th, 2024 at 3:34 a.m., which is 3 minutes off of the original manual review search that we showed first.
So the phone does search that, correct?
Yes.
And then 911, what do we see?
How to make a suppressor with pictures, WikiHow, April 8th, 2024 at 3:35 a.m.
So searches that family law case at what time again?
Family law was at 12 o'clock, 12:37 a.m.
And then by 3:35 a.m., he's searching how to make a suppressor.
That's correct.
Did you find a suppressor at the scene?
I did not.
Okay. What exhibit number are we on?
162 we'll be going to.
Okay. What do we got now?
April 12th, 2024 at 11:49 p.m. A search is conducted off of somebody having access to the account. Can a person feel when they are dying?
Okay. And then 177. So this search was at 11:49 p.m. on April 12th. That search on the Google account, correct?
Correct.
What page? I think this is on page 1. Go up to the top.
177.
Page 177, line 967. Where are we at again?
967, we're back on the Wisconsin Circuit Court access, which you'll see on 968. It's the exact same time, just 20 seconds off. So April 12th, 2024 at 5:10 p.m. He searches 23 FA 317, which again is the case number associated with the divorce.
Can a person feel when they are dying? We did not get that on the device, on the Celebrate search, correct?
I don't believe so.
Okay. We're now 163, correct?
Yes.
What's our search here?
April 23rd, 2024, 9:39 p.m. Taurus TS9.
Okay. 160. Sorry, we're on 164 now, right? What's this search?
May 25th, 7:31 p.m. Where to get ammunition, Adams, Wisconsin.
Okay. May 165.
May 28th, 2024, 12:20 a.m. A website is visited. Do you die instantly from a gunshot to the head? Do you feel any? And then there's obviously more to the website, but you can't see it here.
166.
166, May 28th at 12:40 a.m. Website is visited. What is the difference between head shooting and chest shooting?
167.
167, May 28th, 2024, 12:41 a.m. A search term is used. Will a gunshot to the head instant death?
168.
May 28th, 2024, 12:45 a.m. A search is conducted. Will a 9mm kill an animal if shot to the head?
Okay. Now, going on to page 189 of Exhibit 130. Let's zoom into that top line first. It looks like, is this a different family court case?
Yes, so 21 FA 429. So you can see that on May 28th, 2024 at 12:01 a.m., this website on the Wisconsin Circuit Court Access website is accessed. I looked this case up. This case number is associated with Zachariah Rasch and Crystal Rasch in regards to child support and or maintenance. On May 11th, 2022, Zachariah Rasch was ordered to pay $154.38 per week for child support. Also on that same date, he was ordered to pay $10 a week in arrears in regards to this case.
So then he searches that at 12:01 a.m. on May 28th, correct?
Yes.
And then it looks like, according to line 1026, he still remains on the circuit court access through 12:01. So 1020, line 1026, 1027, 1028.
That's correct.
Still remains on the Wisconsin Circuit Court access site, correct?
Yes, all the way until the next slide, you'll see at 12:17.
And that's line 1064. So 1217. Now, we don't know if he closes that website. We just know that that's the last search that's captured on Celebrate, correct?
That's, yes, on the cell phone off of Celebrate.
And then do my math for me. Between 12:17 and 12:21 a.m. How many minutes is that?
I would say 4.
4 minutes. What does he search on his device?
On his device, it's searched, do you die instantly from a gunshot to the head? Do you feel any pain at all?
Okay, line 1066.
1066, May 28th, 2024, at 12:40 a.m., 20 minutes after the last search. What is the difference between head shooting and chest shooting?
Okay, so now let me just ask you, the 28th, do you know what day of the week that was, by chance?
I do not.
We'll follow up on that. Now going to 169. Now we're all the way to June 6th, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
June 6th, 2024, 2:07 p.m. Search is conducted. Can a disability person be put on a witness stand?
Okay. 170.
170, a website is visited on June 6th, 2024 at 2:08 p.m. Do I still have to testify in court if I'm mentally unstable? Quora.
Now, page 201.
2:01 on June 6th, 2024 at 2:08 p.m., which is the exact same time as the previous slide. It is searched from the device. Do I still have to testify in court if I'm mentally unstable?
And then what's that next search underneath that? It's the next day, but...
It's the next day at 9:03 p.m., and it says, is a used Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross a good buy?
Okay. Did he already own that vehicle at that time, do you know?
Yes, he did.
Okay. So then going to, 171?
Yes.
All right, what do we see here?
June 6, 2024, 11:30 p.m., a search is conducted. Can you get widow's benefits if taxes were never filed?
Okay, at 11:30 p.m., correct?
11:30 p.m., yes.
And then the next,
June,
172?
172. June 6, 2024, at 11:26 p.m., A search is conducted. How long can you get widow's benefits?
Okay. Was Zachariah Rasch a widow?
No, he was not.
Were his parents married?
Yes.
Now, was his grandma a widow?
I don't recall.
Okay. Next slide.
Exhibit 173, June 7th at 12:16 p.m. A search is conducted. Can your past record be used in a jury trial in Wisconsin?
It's on June 7th at 12:16 p.m., right?
Correct.
Okay. And then the next search.
Exhibit 173, June 7th at 6:53 p.m. 2024. A search is conducted. Do dogs attempt suicide?
Okay. Next search.
Exhibit 174, June 6th, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. A search is conducted. Child custody lawyers in Milwaukee.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Exhibit 175, June 10th, 2024 at 11:49 p.m. Child custody, a search is conducted. Child custody lawyers in Milwaukee.
And then next.
Exhibit
slide.
176, June 10th, 2024 at 11:51 p.m. A website is visited. Child custody attorneys, Milwaukee. Magna in Hunecki.
Okay. And then page 230. Now, was Crystal Rasch's phone ever found? Did we ever find any devices for Crystal Rasch?
Yes, we do. We located one of her cell phones at her residence at the Kleinman residence.
And did we search that device?
Yes.
Was there any useful data on that device?
Yes.
And did it give us any searches or anything like that?
I don't recall that. I remember manually reviewing Crystal Rasch's cell phone as well. The part that I think was important to me was she had a Google Nest camera, and that device was logged into her cell phone. I was able to review that video footage, and I was able to see the last time Crystal Rasch ever left her residence.
So moving on to page.
All right.
Wanna take a
That
break?
is a
Sure.
good spot for us to take a break.